That's it. 1, 2,
of a resin and a little bit of hard.
Oh, you win! I'm Robert Cosi. I'm the publisher of Canadian Contractor, and I'm with Andrea Galindo, and she is a technical specialist for ITW. And in the last video, we talked about installing bolts, and you corrected me. What did you say I should have said?
Mechanical and chemical anchors.
Thank you. We were talking about mechanical and chemical anchors, okay? We didn't cover the pros and cons of each. So first of all, before we do this, we're going to install this bolt. What are the advantages and disadvantages of mechanical versus chemical anchors?
Yeah. In terms of A7 Plus, which is an adhesive versus a mechanical anchor, you can achieve better spacing and smaller edge distances.
Okay, when you say better spacing, you mean I can stack up bolts closer together?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
An edge distance?
An edge distance is the distance from the edge of the slab.
Okay,
let's say.
so presumably with a mechanical anchor, I can't go as close to the edge as I can when I'm using a chemical anchor.
Yeah, there's a certain distance that we have in our catalog, and we have technical data to back up the information that we publish.
Okay, so we've got better spacing, we've got a better edge distance.
Exactly, we have higher loads generally.
Sorry, chemical anchors will give us higher loads.
Yeah,
Okay, higher load strength.
higher load strength in some occasions, and depending on the substrate type, as well as you can have the flexibility of choosing different rod diameters, and you can use rebar as well.
Okay, so if I'm doing a mechanical anchoring system, then I have to be really careful about the difference between the size of the hole and the size of the bolt.
Yeah, and
Right.
for that we have published that as well.
Is it possible that a mechanical anchor is a little quicker? It will allow the job to proceed more quickly because you don't have to wait for the chemical system
cure.
to cure?
In some cases, yeah.
Okay.
It depends on the application. The good thing about adhesives such as A7 Plus is that you can install in different concrete conditions or weather conditions. By
Okay.
that, I mean you can install it in dry concrete, saturated or damp concrete, water-filled holes, and completely submerged applications.
So you mean this stuff will work in a hole full of water? Like
Yeah.
you could inject it in the hole and it'll displace the water, and then you just stick it in and it'll work.
Yeah,
Wow, that's really
Yeah.
interesting. Underwater.
underwater
you could be
application.
a scuba diver. You can have scuba gear on, go down underwater. You could.
Yeah, and we have some information on our website regarding that.
Wow. Okay, well let's install this bolt. Here you
Let's
go.
do
Here-
it.
It's all you now.
Okay, so this is a 1/2-inch threaded rod,
Okay.
stainless steel,
Yep.
and it's going to go on a hole that has been pre-installed. The hole diameter or the hole size diameter is specified in our published data, catalog data.
book.
In this case, it's a 9/16 hole.
So you got to prepare the hole before you stick the bolt in and put the adhesive in. What do you do?
Yeah. Then what we're going to do is we're going to blow air into the hole. In this case, we have a manual hand pump, but
Yeah.
you can use compressed air, which is easier. But we're
Sure.
just going to show you. The depth embedment of this hole is 2 inches.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to insert this and we're going to blow air twice.
Okay.
Then we have a specific brush for the whole diameter.
Yep.
It's in our catalog as well. So it all depends on the size. And we're gonna rotate the brush all the way to the end and pull it out, and then do it again. So twice. So
Now this is in order to make sure that the hole is clean from any dust, so that the adhesive, the chemical adhesive, has a chance to really mechanically bond to the edge of the hole.
chemically bond.
Chemically bond. Sorry.
Yeah. And then we're gonna blow air again.
Yep.
So installation, it's critical for this adhesive to bond. Again, this is a chemical bond that needs to cure properly, and the mixture of resin and hardener should completely set around the walls of the hole.
Okay.
Now, in this case, we're gonna try our 10-ounce cartridge, and the first thing you wanna know is ensure that your nozzle it's the correct one. And for that, it will have to be the one that comes with the cartridge itself.
Right. Because I noticed the nozzle has a kind of a mixer inside it. Is that
Yeah.
that's what it's doing? And also, I just looked inside here, and you can see there's the two parts of the chemistry come out of different portions of the nozzle.
Exactly.
So that's how
they
and then it
mix,
mixes
they
in there.
pre-mixed in here.
Right.
But then we always recommend that you pour the adhesive first into a surface, and then when you achieve the evenly gray color, that's when you know that your adhesive is ready.
So what you're going to do then, I guess, is you're going to take that and you're going to squeeze some out on this board.
Yep.
And
So-
we'll see what it looks like.
So right now it's coming up. You can see the white part.
Yeah, very white. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, so I see what you mean.
Okay, so now it's evenly gray at the end.
Yep.
You can see. So that means that it's ready to be pumped into the hole.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go all the way to the bottom of the hole, and we want to fill the hole to about 60% of the depth.
Okay.
Okay. Then we take our threaded rod, and in a rotating motion, you're gonna insert it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's very easy.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
So the adhesive is very viscous, will hold and will sit in between the threads of
Okay.
the rod.
Okay, that's right. Of course.
And that's how it bonds and that's how it
That's
cures.
Yeah.
Okay, so to clean that, you can
Yeah, that's
just
pretty
take,
stiff. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
and then you can clean the surface.
Now, what happens if I
Neat.
leave a big lump there? I mean, is it really hard to chip off, or does it come off relatively easily?
No, it will be really hard
Really hard, okay.
later. Yeah.
Is the adhesive actually stronger than the concrete?
Yeah,
Okay.
in some cases.
In some cases.
Mhm.
Okay.
Depending on the compressive strength of the concrete
Yeah.
itself.
All right. So we've managed to anchor a bolt.
That's it, as simple as that. So the curing time, it depends on the temperature of the concrete itself.
Yeah.
Generally, in this case, it would be 45 minutes since we're at a temperature of about 21 degrees inside our test lab.
Okay. So you mean in 45 minutes I can actually put a load on that bolt and it's like fully cured?
Yeah,
Wow, that's interesting because I know the concrete takes like 30 days to fully cure in a lot of cases.
yeah. But in
Alright.
this case, no. It can be used and you can apply any loads after 45 minutes, depending on the concrete temperature
Yeah.
again.
All right, well, thank you very much.
No
In the
worries.
next video, we are going to actually do a load test on a bolt that we installed earlier. We're going to find out what kinds of loads these bolts can take.